Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts Ultraman Omega. Big Bad Toy Store asked if I wanted to review this. I said sure, because I know some of you guys like seeing the Ultraman stuff, and I thought this was a cool design. I personally am only collecting the SS versions of Ultraman at this point. So this isn't one for me, but I know a lot of you do collect the SH Figuarts one, so we're going to review it. It's kind of a unique design, so I thought it'd be kind of fun, and here it is. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package. It's a pretty nice package. I like that this right here looks really nice. It looks like a render though, and you can barely see the figure behind it. So not the best design in that sense, but this is a cool pose and it looks cool, and obviously they have the effects going on there, so I could see why you might like it. This is definitely not photography. These are renders with definitely some processing going on. But it's a fine box, nothing... It's hard to hold on to apparently. Nothing too crazy going on, but it looks pretty cool. Alright, so I'll put a link in the description below if you guys want to get one of these. If not, that's fine too. Alright, so let's do a question of the day. Which version of Ultraman is your favorite? For me, it's Tiga. Alright, let's do this. He stands to the top of his head just about 6 inches to the top of the little fin thingy, closer to like 6 3/8 maybe. And that's going to be about 15.1, 15.2 centimeters, and then 16 to the top of the fin. Here he is up against Darwin, so you could probably fit him in with your Marvel Legends collection. I guess it's probably, I'm guessing this guy's not 6 foot plus, so you could probably fudge it well enough. Alright, so let's talk about the aesthetic on this guy. I'm collecting the SS ones, if I get any, for a reason. I don't think the Figuarts ones look that good. They're often very doughy looking. They don't have great proportions compared to the SS ones. It looks fine. He's a little hippie, but yeah, it looks alright. In terms of the paint, there's no shading anywhere, but the silver paint is nice. It's like a flat aluminum type of look, and they did a pretty good job with it. It's pretty clean. Yeah, I'm not noticing any real issues there. So that's good. The thing on his chest and the blue paintwork, very nicely done. Same thing for the face. The eyes look really good, and the paintwork throughout is very nicely done. So it's a relatively basic figure, but it looks good enough for what it is. If you're into the SH Figuarts versions of these guys, then you'll be perfectly happy with this compared to many of the other ones. In terms of the looks, in terms of the other things, I'm not so sure, but we'll see. So aesthetically speaking, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It looks nice. I think it needs some shading. I think it could have better proportions. It looks a little frumpy, sort of. Alright, now as far as the accessories go, you get a decent spread of hands, everything you're going to need there, that's fine. The alternate chest piece, that's good. And then you have the alternate head fin thingy, where it's like you get a piece for the head and a part for him to hold like a dagger. And that's pretty good too, but that is it. That's all that's in the box. It's not the most, it's enough though, so I will go 7 out of 10. And now it's time to talk about the articulation, and there's one thing on this figure that I can't wrap my head around. Maybe there's something in the fiction that explains it, but I'm guessing it's not. I'm guessing it's just the way they designed the joint. So let's look at the head joint. I'll show you the range for the head and the neck. We have ball pegs around the whole thing, kind of, so it moves around. You get lots of range out of things. Alright, and he can look up nicely, so that's good. And so functionally, it's fine. He looks in all the directions that you're going to need him to look. I like that. I don't understand why this is like this. That's a ball hinge, or just a hinge really. So a hinge there, and then a really long peg for the ball that goes all the way to the top, and then a peg, and then a ball down here too. I'm not sure. I guess that hinge allows him to just do this, but the balls would do that too. So I don't know. It's weird. I don't get it, but it works. So okay, that's fine. Butterfly joint on this guy. It feels like it's connected by a ball somewhere toward the front, so it goes up and down a little bit, and it comes forward a little bit, but not a lot. It's like almost not worth putting there. And then for the shoulder, you get up to almost horizontal. It's the same standard type of shoulder they normally do, where it's a cap over the joint, which I don't prefer, but it gives you a better look on the outside, but you tend to have less range, and this guy does have less range. So be aware of that. You're going to get your full rotation other than where this is, and this is kind of flexible. I mean, it is, but it's not going to be flexible enough. So yeah, I don't love the shoulders on these guys. Double jointed elbow works nicely. It's a natural sort of amount of range, not anything extra. So that's kind of limited. Wrists are on little ball hinges. That's pretty much standard. Now for the torso, I can't tell if it's a single or a double. I think it's just a single, but it has very, very limited range. He doesn't lean back very far. He doesn't lean forward very far, side to side. Even the rotation, it's all very, very limited. So that kind of stinks. And then going down to the lower part, it's also incredibly limited in every direction, every way. So his torso is not good. Now for his hips, they're not that good either. They have a drop down. It's a little drop down, so it's not terrible, but we have a drop down there and then a ball peg where the thigh connects to the hip area. And range is not good, and it doesn't look good either. It gives him a really mechanical looking crotch, and it's very gappy and just cheap. Looks really, really cheap. Limited range, and it looks cheap. Even with the drop down, he can only just get up to horizontal. Goes back just a little bit. Thigh swivel's in there, but yeah, not a good set of articulation so far. The knees work nicely. No complaints there, other than they're pretty ugly, but they are functional. And then for the ankles, it's just a ball hinge that's been kind of ignored. The sculpt doesn't really do anything to help it. You get decent range, but it's not a good looking ankle, and it's not even that good for the range. And then the toe hinge is too far back, and it's not one of the better toe hinges. It's not the worst, but it's just the articulation on this guy is pretty rough. Other than the neck being super functional, the rest isn't at all. And I guess Ultraman doesn't need to get in the most crazy of poses, but it'd be nice if he could. So I'm going to give the articulation on this guy only a 5 out of 10. He's really not a good poser for an SH Figuarts figure. The neck, though being incredibly complex for what it is, does work nicely, so I'll give him that. But the rest is really disappointing. So, not my favorite thing in the world. Now it's time for the final verdict on this guy. Does it look good enough? Yeah, probably. Does it have enough accessories? Yeah, probably. Does it pose well enough? I mean, maybe. For basic poses, you'll be fine. You'll be able to do them, but his torso's really bad no matter what you're trying to do. And the rest isn't that good. So I'm going to give this guy an overall rating of only 6 out of 10. The posability and the weird engineering is just a big no-go for me. So that's pretty darn disappointing. I have no attachment to this particular version of Ultraman, so I really am not willing to put in the extra mental gymnastics to like this figure. It's just not working for me. So you guys can let me know how that works out for you. But for me, it's a pass. Let me know. But that's it. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.